So good morning everyone. By the way, my name is Katrina Di Loqueña and today we were talking about written tests. So this is lesson 20. Learning objectives. So after reading this information sheet, you must be able to number 1, explain the advantage of preparing a reliable test item. Number 2, determine the type of test appropriate for testing knowledge contents. 3, enumerate guidelines in preparing a written test. So this is the learning objectives of this topic. So, what is written test? A written test is a method of evaluation used to measure a person's knowledge, understanding, and ability to express ideas in written form. So, ang written test is an assessment method in which examinees demonstrate their knowledge, understanding, or skills by writing their answers. So, responses may be in the form of words, phrases, sentences, numbers, or symbols depending on the type of questions given. So, ang written test is very common na siya sa ato because like for example is the exam. Diba, written test ng exam, essay, written test. So, mga matching type, mga questionnaire. So, that is the example of written test. Next is characteristics of good test. Number 1 is validity. So, validity means a test is valid if it measures what is intended to measure. For example, a competency test should measure the actual skills and knowledge required for the job or subject. So, nidya-jog ka ng number 1 is validity. So ang validity is kanang like valid kanang pag kanang mag-answer ka og kanang questionnaire dapat ka na, diba, kay kanang murag na defend ni may mong answer dito is kanang makuha nimo siya nga mao jud nga ang valid na answers or na measure na nimo ang kanang tinuod nga answer niya. Next is reliability. So a test is reliable if it gives consistent results when administered repeatedly under similar conditions. If the same test is given again, it should produce nearly the same scores. So reliability. So kung tayo mag-exam ka and then and the next day gipa-exam na pod again sa imo atong same question. So dapat jud nga ang score nimo atong unang exam nimo is same lang gyapon siya or magkanang mag-higher pa sa scores nimo tong niagi. So next is objectivity. A test is objective when scoring is free from person bias or opinion. The answer and scoring criteria should be clear so that different scores will give the same result. So, mao ni siya. Kuha naman jud kay ang objectivity na. So, mao na siyang ginaingon nga kung dapat jud same result ra gyud ang exams or other questionnaire nga mong gi-answeran. Next is discrimination. A good test can distinguish between high-performing and low-performing examinees. It helps identify who has mastered the competencies and who needs improvement. So, discrimination. So, this is the, kani siya is, like for example, is nag-exam ko. So, na ako'y kanang, kibali mo na ako'y strength and weaknesses. So, ang strength is kanang higher ako ang score sa other exam and then na ako'y kanang other exam nga mabuog score. So, need na ko siya og improvement nga subject para mataas ako ang score sa exams. So, next is of administration and scoring. So, others should be easy to administer, check, and interpret. Instructions should be clear and scoring should not require excessive time or complicated procedures. So, dapat sa A's of administration and scoring. So, kani siya. Dapat jud kung sa magbuhat ka og questionnaire, dapat jud kanang clear imong instruction like kung unsaan ba siya nimo pag-answer like encircle or write the answer before the number. So dapat jud siya kaning ang instructions kay clear or klaro nato siya. So next is, as in the construction of workable and functional project in shop work, test construction should follow the same steps. In the construction of a competency assessment instrument, the following steps are recommended. So, mano siya ang mga recommended pagka nang magbuhat ka o ka ng mga test. Number 1 is, examine the established training regulation and determine your objectives. So, mao na siya, like, sa akong gibuhat kayo na, bago ko nagsugod ani nga topic, na jud ko'y learning objectives. So, next is, construct the table of specifications. So, need jud nato siya ibalaan kung unsa ang nakapasulod ani nga, like sa module, di ba, dapat natin ka ng table of contents. Same ra pa niya siya sa table of specifications. Nida to siya mga ideas or basta man na to. Okay, construct test items more than the number required for a set of competency assessment instrument. So, from the word more than, so daghan jud siya ang required para sa mga set of competency assessment instruments. So, next is 4. Assemble the items for the test. So, dapat jud naka-assemble siya or like gikan siya sa easy, medium, and hard nga na. So, next is number 5. Write clear and concise directions for each type of questions. So, need yun na to siya iklaro or understandable na question ang ibutang. Number 6. Study every aspects of the assembled test. So, need jud pud nimo nga, ikaw nagbuhat ana nga questionnaire, need pud jud nimo siya i-understand or studyhan nimo ang imong gipang butang dito. So, next is, guidelines for teachers made tests as the format. So, number 1 is include the CS item first. So, man akong gingon gayon na, need jud ka magbuhat og questionnaire nga gikan sa easy bago ka mag-adto sa hard. So, number 2, group smaller items together. Example is matching, completion, and etc. So, 3, put all of an item on the same page. Avoid splitting a matching exercise or response to a multiple choice question. So, need jud nimo siya ipasunod og tarong. Number 4, number continuously. So, need jud dapat imora jung ipang sumpay ang mga number para dili jud siya libog. Next is, write clear, precise directions. So, need jud pud nimo siya iklaro or magbutang ka dito og kanang mga instructions nga clear. Next is, pointers in the formulation of test question for written test. So, number 1, keep in mind that it is not possible to measure all outcomes of instructions with one type of test. Mano siya mga pointers in the formulation of the questionnaire for written test. So, 2 is, devise your items so that they require that you need to actually apply things learned rather than merely recalling or recognizing facts. Number 3, make certain that the type of the test items used for measuring each objective is the one that will measure the objectives. Number 4, avoid tricky or catchy questions. Do not construct puzzling items in which hidden meaning or subtle clues provide the correct answer. So, ang kaning mga pointers, dapat clear gid na to ang ihatag ang questionnaires, no? Like, for example, number 4, dili daw ta magbutang og mga tricky or kanang mga question nga paligoy-ligoy pa or daghan pa kay siya o kanang padulngan nga istorya nga isa ra man day ang question. Dapat jud kanang ipunto nato siya kung asa dito ang tama nga question para masabtan lang pud sa ato ang mga estudyante or sa mga gibang buhatan nato og questionnaire. So, mala siya ang mga sumpay. Number 5. Next is guidelines for constructing effective true-false items. So, number 1, use true-false items only when there is a clear-cut true or false answer to the question. So, true or false, dali naman kayo niya siya kay like sa mga student karon naagian naman gyud nila. So, number 2, construct items that are entirely true or entirely false. So, pag kanang magbuhat ka questionnaire, dapat imo jud siyang i-justify or kanang ibutang gyud nimo dito akong para gyud siya sa true or false para dili gyud maglibog ang mga estudyante. Number 3, avoid using a specific determined example is never, always, generally, statement that include all or always are usually false. Thus including sometimes or usually true. So, mana siyang avoid ng mga words. Number 4, rephrase textbook and lecture materials rather than quoting it directly. So, next is number 5, state items positively rather than negatively. If a negative is used, underline words like no or not. So, may siyang mga guidelines. Number 6, construct approximately equal numbers of true or false statements and avoid setting up an answering pattern. Number 7, avoid testing for trivial details. Number 8, if a controversial statement is used, quote the authority. So, mano siyang mga guidelines for constructing effective true or false items. So, dili gud pwede nga magpataka lang daw og buhat og questionnaire nga it's either ma-true siya and then ma-false. So, kuha na siya mga tricky or mga makalilibog nga mga questions. So, maglisod ang mga estudyante ana og sabot. So, nowadays, guidelines for constructing effective multiple choice items. So, number 1 is present a single definite concept in the STEM. Number 2, place all common wording in the STEM. Number 3, make the alternative grammatically consistent with the STEM and with each other. Number 4, avoid verbal association between the STEM and correct response. Number 5, construct items with a single best items. Number 6, include 4 or 5 alternatives. Number 7, make all choices plausible. Number 8, arrange alternatives in a logical sequence. Number 9, avoid using opposite or mutually exclusive alternatives. Number 10, eliminate option length and specificity as clue as the correct response. Make options or similar length. Number 11, delete the specific determiners from the alternatives. Number 12, avoid using all of the above and none of the above unless these are used in questions where all of the above and none of the above are not desirable responses. Number 13, avoid using opposite as possible answers. 14, praise nouns positively unless emphasizing an exemption. If desired response is an exemption to the question, underline except or not in the question. Number 15, vary the position of the correct answer in a random manner. So, ang guidelines may constructing effective multiple choice, mato siya 15. So, dapat jud magbuhat ka questionnaire, delete tanan ay all of the above and none of the above because some of the students, bisan dili ka to ang answer is mao na lang pud ilang answer kay murag nasabot na nila ba nga pag nato nga answer is mo na lang po tong answer bisan dili and then dili po ta pwede maghatag og mga clues dapat jud kanang mga understandable lang gid siya dili siya mga mahatagan siya clues kay dali na lang kay na sa mga student parang wala sila challenge kung mauhon. Kung ihatag na lang nato tanan ang possible answer. So, conclusion. A written test is an effective and widely used tool for evaluating a learner's knowledge, understanding, and ability to express ideas in written form. When properly designed, it ensures validity, reliability, objectivity, and fairness. Written tests help teachers and examiners assess academic achievement systematically and provide the standard basis for comparison among learners. Therefore, written tests plays an important role in the teaching, learning, and evaluation process. So, muna to, ang written test is understandable na magit kaya siya. Kaya, sa tanan estudyante karon is naagian ni tanan. So, ang written test is importante kayo siya sa tanan. So, that's all. Thank you. Bye.